Yeah, so while you're figuring out how Mission 7 works, you reliably lose the game like less than a minute in. So yeah, this video is going to be interesting. It's kind of difficult for me, not because this is a difficult mission. There are bits in this that are more difficult than any other mission yet, but because I'm going to spend a bunch of time whining about how I don't like the story for various reasons. So let's go back to that later. Let's go back and see like what the rest of Mission 7 is. We're continuing with the story mission stuff. So we start this level. Yeah, we've got production on a planet has stopped. There's more pirate stuff. They've hijacked the enemy trains to collect stolen loot. I mean, the mission is called Hijack, so we're going to hijack some trains, right? Secure some mines, mission intel, there are many abandoned mines on the map, that's cool. Remember, we can't build any electric drills or pump jacks, which is strange. Many enemy trains move along the tracks on the map, destroying the locomotives and plundering the wagons can provide loot. Okay, fine. Recipe factor, 2 times more expensive production. Expensive recipes aren't exactly 2 times as expensive. It depends on the recipe. LDS is the strange one because that's the one that massively changes the resources that goes in rather than just making things more expensive. But it's about twice as expensive, sure. Size of the island is limited. Cool. Electric drills and pump jacks cannot be constructed, which is okay. Railway is indestructible, and this is another of the things that I'll talk about the story not quite working for me. But let's get into this thing. Let's see what we've got. Someone is glad we're here. The pirate faction uses the railway system to do stuff. We're going to turn the tables. Great. We're going to regain control of the rail system. We need to recover stolen material. There's a base. They're about to send some train. We're gonna hijack this train, right? We barricaded the track. The only way to disrupt the locomotive is destroy the locomotive. I mean, this is kind of arbitrary. Like, we already saw in Mission 5 that a great way to disrupt train logistics is to blow up track. And we already saw in Mission 1, and I think it was also Mission 3, I think there were some rail bases if we went and scouted in Mission 3, that, like, we know that fixing broken railroad is a thing we can do. So we've immediately got a thing where the story doesn't fit with other things that have already happened in the story, which is a bit of an issue. Train is coming. Get in the car and prepare ourselves. So let's see what we've got. We've got some ammo. We've got some rockets, but we can't actually shoot the track. So even if we got there before the train, we can't shoot it. We can't mine it. This is like weird and inconsistent in comparison to the stuff we've already got. We don't have a great array of handcraft of like equipment. We've got like 6 rockets. We've got some things. We're supposed to go and chase this train, but the thing is, like, we know that we could just shoot out one of these rails because we've done it in Mission 3. That's a thing we could do, and so this is immediately causing problems in my story where suddenly things that previously worked in the same story no longer work in the story. Like, we previously knew that rail sabotage was the fine thing, and then we just build some more and put it back again. Okay, so this time is longer because we spent about a minute looking at the preview, the briefing before the thing. Actually, let's go back to, this is actually another thing that I wanted to point out is, you survived the harsh conditions of the unknown planet where you crash landed years ago. The story missions are a story about the character who has already built a rocket starting from a stone furnace and a burner mining drill. That's kind of a relevant bit as well. This is another bit that doesn't quite fit with the story we'll get in 7. Okay, let's go back into 7. We'll get the briefing we've already seen. Yeah, we've got the briefing we've already seen. We're gonna go and hijack some trains. Let's go and get this done, and maybe I can do it this time. It's still kind of a bit awkward because you can't just press space and have that work. So you've got to drive a car while also mousing over a train wagon, while also pressing the select fire button and not getting killed. And the thing is, like, yes, this is difficult, but no, this isn't difficult in an interesting way. I could do all this again and do all this, and okay, so let's talk less and concentrate on doing the thing more. I did get the rockets out of the car. Because we do have some rockets, and there is a bit where the train stops. But you also don't have enough rockets to kill the train when it's stopped. Which is, yeah, and it crashes through some other things. There's some other boxes we could get. Yeah, so just up here the train stops. And we've still got to do the single target fire thing with these rockets. And we don't have quite enough rockets. Yeah, and we only just had enough damage there because we'd already shot the things. So there's some other boxes we can get around the place. And yeah, the other thing that also kind of, like, a locomotive is now turned up in my inventory. And the mission is take this locomotive, like, put it here, drive this train somewhere. It's got a schedule of Riverside Base and Pirate Base. Let's give it to the Pirate Base. We don't want to go to the Pirates. But this is another of the cases where, like, I think there's a box back this way that I also skipped past when I was doing stuff. And I think if you're fast, there's some other, like, we can get the stuff from the cars that got destroyed as well. But yeah, there's a couple more uranium rounds, fine. Yeah, if we had the locomotive in our inventory earlier, we could just put it on the tracks facing the other way to the train and have that stop the train, and then add our damage to the damage the trains are doing to each other to make sure the one we want to dies. And so between that and not being able to destroy the tracks and not having anything in, because also I can already just craft rail signals. So if I had the locomotive and I had stuff in my inventory to craft the rail signals, then I could have done that, had a new rail segment, just had the train stop and then taken my time. So there's, like, and this is kind of already going off the rails, as it were, from a discussion of what's happening in the mission to the design of the mission, because it's very much, you're supposed to have a dramatic, let's get rid of these things, they're both bad. Yeah, you're supposed to have like a dramatic car chase where you're shooting at a train, except that the only way to make that work and make it make sense is to not have all the good ways of doing a thing, and then to arbitrarily force a bunch of invulnerabilities that aren't elsewhere in the story missions. So let's start wandering down here. Yeah, there's like a bit more base. We've got a base down here, which is fine. Yeah, so there's some gameplay that the story missions wanted us to do, but the story we've been given to justify that gameplay doesn't really work, and there are kind of 3 categories of things, of ways it doesn't work for me, that we'll probably talk about more. Yeah, mining base, we'll connect that later, that's cool. So actually I think we're about to get some more plot here, so we'll just read this first and then talk about some stuff. Yeah, we're at a place. What's in these trains? This is going to be a hard lesson for the pirates scum. The next job will be to restore electrical connection to an iron mine. As the name suggests, it's south of here. Cool. And all the way down here, there's a little iron mine with some, out of power. That's fine. We'll go fix that with a beacon. Sure. Kind of odd. Whatever. But you have to be sure you can defend the restored mine from the biters. Corpos believe that if we can't defend the mines again, there'll be no point in investing in them anymore, so in short, they denied construction of any mining drills and pump jacks. And this is the next bit that's just like, this doesn't make any sense. What's worse, due to the halted rail transportation, the margin on parts has increased, so the recipes are more difficult because this situation is critical, which is also not any sensible way to be doing this stuff. They'll coordinate my progress. We can do this together. I mean, I might be able to do it better without them, but whatever. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Let's give back. Oh, this is the kind of ore sorting thing that was. I think it's in the first trailer, there's a thing that's very similar to this. I don't remember if this was on the side, but I guess all that stuff that was in the wagon would have ended up over here and in these chests, and then everything else gets sorted out here and then added back in and over here, which, you know, that's fine. But yeah, basically, why is there a beacon there? Beacons are terrible. Yeah, there are basically 3 categories of stuff that kind of, 3 different ways that different things here kind of aren't working for me. Just looking at this thing, thinking about the expensive recipes, and we're going to redo all of this as well. But yeah, 3 things. The first kind of issue is where the story doesn't line up with story that we've already seen in other previous story missions, because that's not building a world about a character. That's some kind of a bunch of justifications at the time for whatever particular story things, whatever particular gameplay things we want to do. The second thing is where the story doesn't line up with how Factorio mechanics actually work. Like, the gameplay of the thing we're playing does not align with the story that we are being told. The third thing is where the story we're being told doesn't actually line up with... Oh, actually, wait, I wanted that one to go away just immediately. The story doesn't line up with things that we are being told, the things we see on the map. So I've played a bit of this, and was still kind of struggling to invest in it, because it's... Yeah, all of, like, it's, as a story thing, it kind of doesn't... As a story thing, it kind of doesn't. Let's get rid of all of this, because I don't want any of this at the moment, because we've got expensive recipes and stuff to do. Give me all of these, I guess. You can, you know, whatever. So yeah, so let's see what we've got. We've got like a little coal mining outpost over here. It's bringing coal into a little power plant, which is fine. We've got some solar stuff. I think I've got some more solar stuff that I should put down. We've got like this little train thing, which is nice. We've actually got a box with some stuff. I might go and loot some of that. And then we've got a couple of little bunkers around the place. We've got a petrochem build, which is fine. And then we've got this kind of thing here. And do I even... Yes, I've cut the green science because I don't want the green science. What do I actually want to research? Heavy armor. I mean, I've already got this set, so I kind of don't care about that. This is... Yeah, but I kind of don't want to be building those things yet. And I've got, you know, random bits of modules, a couple of things. Okay, let's go and... Yeah, I think that the next thing... Do I actually have... I do have more labs. That'd probably be useful for the other places where I've got the slower techs, like the damage research that I want to do. I don't have anything on my hotbar yet, which is also, you know, that's what happens. Okay, so we'll do that. We're getting some research done. We've cut the green research. We've got a bit of that. Actually, can we have... where is military 2? Military 2 takes 20, so if I give you guys... that should be enough of that. So that should be enough to be able to get military 2, to be able to get my grenades, which is going to be a thing. And then, yeah, I guess... Oh, wait, I wanted to loot this box as well, didn't I? You guys probably have stuff that I want, that I'll be able to do better than whatever... I guess this means I have some bots somewhere? Yeah, we'll set this stuff up. I don't have grenades yet, but whatever. Repair packs. Getting the research done. Do I have... Oh, I need more copper for that, but otherwise, yes. That is a thing I can do. Yes, we'll get that done. Then the rest, yeah, that can stay like that for now. Sure, whatever. So, let's go to this next base. South... Yeah, so this is one of the bits where the story I'm getting from the text doesn't actually match up with what's on the map. Like, the... let's also go, like, this kind of stuff. All of these stations... I think we're passing some bases, but, like, whatever. All of these stations are inaccessible, which means rail might have been destroyed somewhere, even though rail can't be destroyed by me. That's a pretty close base. That's gonna have to go away immediately. Oh, I should have powered this thing, shouldn't I? Oh, never mind. I don't have a shotgun. It's fine. Can I make a shotgun? No, because I don't have iron plate. Okay. I guess I do all this without a shotgun. Can I? Yeah, we can do this without a shotgun, and we can... Yep, it'll be fine. So that base is dealt with. Yeah, so I'm not allowed to destroy the railroad, even though railroad can be destroyed, like not by me, but by, you know, the pirates. Even though... Oh, what's this box of stuff? Another beacon, another beacon there. Yeah, we got some modules. Okay, so let's... Which way am I going to... Oh, so we need to get rid of the space. That base isn't going to be a problem immediately. Can this stay here? Probably this can stay here. So this one needs to go back, and then that base needs to go back. Sure. Oh, I haven't set up the car yet either. Do I have coal on me? I do have coal on me. Okay, fine. I probably should have got some iron to make myself a shotgun. But you know, that's fine. Yeah, these guys. Don't attack the car. The car is important. I want to keep the car. Probably I should do grenades before I do projectile damage. So let's go like military. What do you depend on? Oh, green science. Of course you depend on green science. Sure. Steel axe, damage 1, then maybe damage 2, I guess. Can I reckon I can snipe most of... Yeah. We want to snipe the... I do have some of these. We want to snipe the nests if we can, without wasting bullets on... worms. Because we still don't have much of these things, and... You know, that's fine. This ammo is kind of expensive in expensive mode. It uses steel, which is more expensive, and then there's these worms over here. Okay, so let's, I guess, drive over here and do this. And that train is actually going to stay there forever, isn't it? Because I think I saw... let's just, like, if it's going to give us a cutscene, I kind of don't want to be stuck anywhere in the middle of where worms are shooting me while it's like zooming somewhere else. The mine isn't big, but we can compensate the mining efficiency with modules. Corporate has given us plans to research effect transmission, so-called beacons near constructed mining operators. Like, this is, if the situation, it's like there's no world in which, like, just looking at the Factorio mechanics, the numbers you get for mining drills, the numbers of things you need to research, how expensive beacons are, there's no way that a situation is too unstable for electric mining drills, but stable enough to research and put beacons around the place. That's just not... Like, I recommend to concentrate on researching this technology. Do you have any idea how expensive that is with expensive recipes, with purple science? You know, there's a desert mine, there's some coal, which is probably fine, you know, that's cool. Yeah, these are the cutscenes that are progressing time in game that I do not want to be inside of my range, but I'm not, so that's fine. And then coal mine, there's a copper mine, which is also cool. So reconnecting this stuff is, you know, this is valuable stuff. These are things that are interesting. Like, but this whole you can't build electric mining drills is just, you can't build electric mining drills, but you can build beacons, but you can't, like, we can't make electric mining drills because it's not safe enough to... I'm just trying to see if there are any coal rocks around the place, because there are, because the coal, like, coal rocks are still kind of valuable because all this stuff is expensive. Yeah, it's... the situation isn't stable enough to build electric mining drills, but it somehow is stable enough to build beacons. But also remember the thing I said before about this is a story about this particular engineer who crash landed on a planet and built a rocket from one stone furnace and one burner mining drill, and like this is a bit where the story doesn't cohere. Like there's bits where people are saying, thanks for turning up, it's, you're a big deal, we'll be able to take out the pirates now, but then also going, we have to push them back at any cost, this is a critical operation, yada yada yada. But then also, at any cost doesn't actually mean putting down more mining drills, and it doesn't mean destroying railroad, even though destroying railroad to stop your enemy from using your own railroad is absolutely a thing that happens all the time in high conflict situations. I think, is it even in Saving Private Ryan, is the first scene where Tom Hanks and whichever crew find Matt Damon and the Private Ryan character, I'm pretty sure they're in the middle of blowing up a bridge so that the advancing enemy can't use it. Like it's a thing that happens, but apparently not here, and it's like, okay, there are, like, I appreciate the mission wants to do a thing where you go, here's a fun thing where you have to just deal with the amount of mining you get, and also struggle with expensive recipes, but the story that does that kind of doesn't hang together. It's like, but like, you've called in the cavalry, but then forbidden me from using a horse, like so yeah. So those are the things that kind of don't work. And I think actually, I can still make burner mining drills, and if I can put burner mining drills down here, this is going to be even weirder. Like the idea that I can't have any more electric miners than this because the area is not safe, but I can put down burner mining drills is bizarre. The idea that, because I think there was also stuff about people saying this is A, the hardest mission so far, and B, the longest mission, and I kind of avoided looking at any other spoilers. Yeah, let's take this back. We'll do that manually because we want to kind of go with it. And that base is also, we got a lot of trees, it's probably fine. Yeah, like this is one of the longest missions, which doesn't necessarily mean, like, difficulty, things that are difficult, things that are long, things that are good, are all three completely separate measures. Like, they are not the same thing at all. And just because a thing is hard does not mean, or just because a thing is long does not mean it is hard. Just because a thing is hard does not mean it is good. And what did I want? Oh yeah, I had 4 of these things, and yeah, I think it's time to reorganize all of this. So first of all, this, I think we're just going to get rid of, we're going to redo all of this. For expensive recipes, we want to set this up differently. First of all, because we have modules, and the thing we've got when we've got modules is, first of all, for expensive recipes, this is, for expensive recipes, you want a 4:1 ratio. We'll give this 2 prod mods. In fact, I don't have any other prod mods. I've got speed mods, as if that's a good idea, but I don't have other prod mods. But this is, yeah, these guys are hideously expensive in expensive mode, so we'll do that. These guys are also going to be limited by, actually they're still going to be limited by coils. So we'll do that. We'll get rid of all of this stuff. The next thing we want to do is do coils again, and I do need to put back, at some point I do need to put back the, actually I should put down all my solar first, I guess. Let's upgrade all of these things, even though, like, I don't have anywhere near the resource income to deal with all of that stuff at the moment. It's just not going to be a thing. I'm going to be bottlenecked on materials that I can bring in. I guess this is going to go here, then I can have, yeah, that'll be fine. This guy can be cogs, this guy can have the other 2 prod mods. This is going to be heavily limited on this is going to be heavily limited by the amount of iron I can bring in. Do I even want to run... even something like, not there, but there. Something like that, sure. Is that true? No, we'll run it this way, whatever. Because we've still got some other things to build as well. We've still got to do the inserters and stuff like that. But yeah, the idea is we're going to automate barely anything because we have so few resources that we just want boxes of this stuff. Yeah, so quick brain math. Oh yeah, let's give these guys, let's get some science going at least. I need to fix that copper line at some point as well because I broke that. Yeah, so one T2 assembler on coils will consume about 10% of, or in fact exactly 10% of a yellow belt of copper. You get 10 of these assemblers on a yellow belt of copper. Cogs, because the recipe is usually 2 iron, are twice as bad as coils. Expensive mode cogs are 4 bits of iron, so one of these guys by themselves will fully consume 40% of a belt of iron. So, and then these guys are also super expensive, so that's why, yeah, we're never going to have enough resources based on what we've seen so far to get more than this amount of stuff out. To ever have more than one of these. Do I even want to set everything else up now? I kind of want the rest of these, and I kind of want to make a bunch of burner miners. I want to make a shotgun as well. Yeah, give me all this stuff back. Make a shotgun, make a couple of those, make 2 more gun turrets. This doesn't need to be here yet. And then I wanted to get to grenades, which is, yeah, sure. Then... wait, these guys... yeah, these guys, I can actually do this differently as well. If I do that, then all this copper is on the inside, and not much is going to get past this thing anyway. But this also means that here, I can do something like that. If I just put this in a different place. Yeah, sure, so now we've automated to the extent that we can. Okay, I'm making a shotgun, making some more of those things, don't have grenades yet. Am I worried about... I'm kind of polluting this guy, I'm not polluting that one yet. Some other bases around that we'll have to deal with at some point. Gotta go connect those other things up. I think I just want to get more iron mining going at the moment. Because all of this is still just going to be forever pretty slow. I don't have any more of those in my inventory. Oh yeah, these things. Okay, let's go and put this by the petrochem. This little spot here looks like it could have some solar panels in it. So yeah, so there's some gameplay in this mission and some story, and I think I might actually just... I'm actually kind of tempted to just like reinvent a completely different collection of story for myself for this mission that actually makes sense, in the sense that that'll connect over the bridge there for redundancy. Yeah, actually, can I do have some of these. Yeah, so now we're connecting across the road. Yeah, because the thing is, like a corporation that says, this situation is critical, we need you to come in here and fix this immediately. Yeah, kind of. Do I have... I can. You guys can have this. I will actually still need to get... yeah, whatever. Okay, let's go over to... I did need a lot of coal though, didn't I? Yeah, like it... Crossroads Incorporated, or whatever they are in the South Pass. Full cargo, that'll be fine. Yeah, are in the quite interesting situation of allegedly being in control of some critical infrastructure, which doesn't even look that big. Like, this is the other thing that so far does not align with everything else we know about Factorio, is that, like, if you saw 339k iron, and whatever this 92k of coal, you would not look at this and go, this is a critical infrastructure hub. Like, maybe there are some other bigger patches somewhere else that are a bigger deal, that are worth caring about, but as it is, this is not something you would get excited about seeing if you were rolling any kind of map. So yeah, can't mine these, can't rotate them, and this is like the other thing, is like, why have such a big patch? Like, if the game design wanted to force resource constraints, why have a big patch and then just stop people building more miners, instead of just having a small mining patch that people are like, oh, I guess that's what I get? Like, I guess if you lose them, it's difficult to put them back later, but then, like, all of this is still just a weird thing to be doing, right? This can probably just go in there. All of these guys want to be fueled. So again, this is another weird thing, because this is all... Let's grab all this and put it in here. All of this is all worse for pollution than if I was doing the electric mining drills, but I can have the burner miners, which is, again, just weird. I had these things. Do I want to... Yeah, okay, let's... okay, so the other thing about this is, we can module them, but the thing is, if you look at mining speed plus 20%, pollution 15 per minute, mining speed 5, pollution 10 per minute, so we've bumped the mining speed by 20%, okay, cool, but the pollution has gone up by half, which is, like, not a remotely sensible way of doing things. Like, this is... Putting speed modules in mining drills is a thing you do in default settings when you don't really care about how much ore you're getting, or where you don't really care about how much pollution you're putting on the map. You just care about how much ore you're putting around the place. And as it is, it's still... This is what... 9 electric miners, which we're not going to be able to increment, 7 burner miners, which means 3.5. So this is less than half a belt of iron. So this thing here, I'm just going to go and take care of this base, will barely fully satisfy the one assembler making cogs. Have I finished? Come on, just hit the dude. I think this is also because I haven't got the damage upgrades yet. This is kind of the slowest way to do this. Okay. You guys go away with the piercing ammo. I think I have other ammo. I've got 122 other ammo. You know, doing this with grenades would be the other way, but... I have some of this stuff, so let's use some of this. I should not need much of this at all. And again, I want to kind of get in here and snipe the nests, and then not spend ammunition on worms. And yeah, so basically the place that I'm getting to with this plot, hopefully they're all turrets, is that the Crossroads company that runs the mines here have no idea what they're doing, have a situation that they're struggling with, but are going to respond by making it harder, even though they've gotten a specialist to deal with this. They don't understand the basics of their own industry, because they think that electric mining drills are somehow less stable than beacons, that they're not on board with sabotaging their own rail to stop the pirates from being able to use it, even though the principal goal is to stop pirates from being able to use it. Like, there's just a bunch of things that don't really hang together in any way that kind of makes some important internal consistency that does the kind of story world building stuff that you would hope it would. So anyway, got a lot more of that stuff. Are we going to run out of... We might run out of copper. I don't think we're going to run out of coal, because we've still got the other coal. Have we got... Oh, I have got military tool already. That means I could actually go and make some grenades. I can make some grenades. So yeah, so I think... the next thing I might do... Let's just get these guys running. Yeah, the next thing I might do might be... Like, I might actually think about... Because this is still going to take, you know, quite a while. Oh, these guys are on different sides of the belt now, that's fine. We'll still be able to get a lot of stuff done here. Sure. That's all that tech going. You can have one of those, that's nice. Yeah, we need to go and get some copper. I think probably the next of these videos isn't going to be, hey, here's the continuation of the plot. I think it's going to be, actually, the first thing we're going to do is down here, we're going to actually start boxing some of this stuff. And then we're going to, like, be more specific about handcrafting the things we need. Rather than... Yeah, because we kind of want to turn the green science on at some point again, you know, whatever, we still got a lot of this stuff. Is there... I guess there's damage 2 is the thing we want. Oh yeah, that fight was without damage 1. Yeah, whatever. I think the next thing is going to do is I might look at the gameplay, and this is going to be difficult to do without really taking... Actually, am I polluting that other base yet? Kind of. Actually, yes, just. The space. Look at this gameplay, try and figure out some other plot that I don't bounce off so much with you know, a plot that lines up with things being like, yeah, that aren't quite so much in contradiction with the rest of what's in the story missions and the mechanics and numbers of how Factorio works and what we're actually seeing on the map, because kind of at the moment, like, based on what this rail company has told me, they're doing such a bad job of this that I think they might be pirate spies who are doing it deliberately badly just to make everything worse. Actually, this is the edge of the map here. This is okay, so we don't really have to worry about defending this at all. That's nice. Yeah, like I'm actually at this point, unless I find out something quite different about the rest of what's going on over here, which looks like, you know, there's a bunch of stuff over there, I'm quite possibly deliberately sabotaging everything I can before leaving this mission, because this rail company don't know enough about what they're doing that yeah, it's the indistinguishable from malice thing. They're doing such a bad job at understanding their own industry that I can't tell whether or not they're actually spies who are trying to make everything worse. So yeah, the next episode of this might be, here's a new plot speculation, and then I might write down a bunch of stuff and see whether or not that's actually useful for something that Green Flag wants to work on. But yeah, we'll see. At the moment, I'm kind of having difficulty buying into this particular mission because the story doesn't fit together, and it's supposed to be the story missions, and it's kind of not storying it up for me at the moment. So yeah, so there's that. Let's hand feed some of these guys. Yeah, let's leave it there for the moment. Sure.